Hello everyone, this is Globku and Trexias. We are Magical Loop taking a look at Darksiders.
Hey guys.
So this is a third-person, story-driven combat platform, puzzle game. It's got a lot of stuff to it. Mainly, the plot is basically you play as Ward, this guy you're seeing right now on the screen. He's one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. So what you're watching right now is the apocalypse. There are lots of demons, lots of angels, and you're kind of the guy that comes crashing the party when the apocalypse happens. Well, this is the combat system. It's a pretty slick combat system. Do you like the combat in this game?
Yeah, it's actually really cool. The neat thing about this combat system is you can create your own combos. You can customize your gameplay. It's really amazing. Yeah, it's great. I like the combat system a lot. I had a lot of fun when I played this game. So one of the unique features with this game is the combat feature.
Yeah, you've got these different combos, but you can link them together, and you've got multiple weapons as well. Once you get those weapons, you can kind of create the combos while switching weapons, and that is pretty cool. The combat system in this game, I would say, it's amazing, except for the combats in the Chaos form, which is the form you're seeing right now. You're really limited in the Chaos form. Like, the Chaos form, you're supposed to be the ultimate badass that kills everything. And that is kind of true, because you can pretty much kill any enemy you find in Chaos form. But you only got the one combo, like the 3 slashes, and that's it. That's my only complaint about the combat system would be the Chaos form is not really explored. I don't know if you share this opinion or not.
Well, I like to see it, the Chaos form, like a cooldown. For example, in World of Warcraft, you have user cooldowns, you have survivability, and you have extra attack power. So you have to use it you have to use it really well. That's what makes it cool. It
is kind of a cooldown you use to get extra strong for a short period of time. But like you can see in this footage, I'm always doing the same moves because you can't do anything else, really.
Yeah, well, I can agree with you there. He should perhaps have some more combos, but I don't know, like, I don't have any issues with him personally though. Because I don't know how long it lasts. I think it's like 30 seconds, so it's just like a survivability cooldown for me personally.
Yeah. Okay. We saw a bit longer of a Chaos form there, but that's because this is the very beginning of the game, and this is sort of a tutorial area where it teaches you to play, and the Chaos form is a bit longer there. But throughout the game, yeah, it will be kind of 30 seconds ish cooldown. But yeah, combat system, big plus for me. It also has a platforming component to it, so you climb up stuff, you jump, grab cables, ride along the cables, and there are also some puzzles, though I don't think the game is really big on puzzles. There are some. But
yeah, I personally enjoy a lot of the puzzles, you know, trying to figure out stuff. That's like the meaning of games like these, in my opinion. Like, you have to figure out your own stuff to advance in the game. So for me, it makes the game more exciting.
But one thing I will say, and I'm gonna compare this game to God of War, for example. God of War has a lot more puzzles, a lot more platforming, and I think this game just gets straight to the point. Like, no bullshit around. Okay, there's a small puzzle here, a small puzzle there, but most of it's beating the crap out of the guy. Even the bosses, most of the bosses you can pretty much just beat the crap out of them. Of course, there are tactics, and there is a point that I would like to make right here. It's you have to learn sort of the tactics, the abilities of the bosses to progress, and that is something we don't see a lot on single-player games, because on multiplayer games, sometimes, of course, you have to progress. Let's take World of Warcraft, for example. You have to learn the tactics, you have to know what the boss is going to do, know how to dodge stuff, and that is a very frequent thing to happen in multiplayer games, and MMOs particularly. But
yeah,
on single player, you don't see that a lot, and I kind of felt that on this game, because every time you encounter a boss, you're like, okay, how do I beat this guy? And that is very cool.
Yeah, for example, the bat that flew down there. Uh, yeah, I don't remember which boss I did, but when I first got to that boss, I spent like hours trying to figure out how to beat this guy.
Mhm.
It's I but I had a great time doing it. You know, it's not something you'll get tired of. You want to learn how to beat him. It's really fun.
Because unlike MMOs, you only depend on yourself, and on
Yeah,
MMOs you kind of sometimes you end up carrying your teammates because I don't know, they're stupid sometimes and they can't learn the tactics fast enough. And here you take your own pace. Like if you're messing up, it's your own fault, and you don't get frustrated because you're not progressing because someone else is stupid. No, it's your own fault.
well, well, I think you're gonna get frustrated if you're sitting on the same boss for like, well, say 2 hours. I remember me like, I rage quit a lot when I didn't kill a boss. I had like, yeah,
I
you can get frustrated.
Okay, I don't remember spending 2 hours on a boss here.
Yeah, well, that's just me though.
Cool. Um, Another component that I really like about this game is the the sort of the characters that interact with you, and even your character War himself, and the voice acting around it. The characters are really awesome, and for me, they are what drives this game forward. It's like
Yeah,
all of them
yeah,
are badasses, and they are so well built together. So they're so well put together. It's really a major plus for me in this game. And
yeah, and the thing that made me like get interested, you know, you walk into the store and you see a game. The character in this game kind of looked like Arthas from World of Warcraft. I was like, well, that's kind of cool. So I just tried the game and yeah, it looked like Arthas.
that is
Yeah.
something that actually stopped me from playing the game for a while. There was a
Oh,
very yeah. When I saw the cover and the guy looked like Arthas, I was like, okay, this is just a rip-off of, and I didn't want to play the game because of that fact. So it took me a while to play this game. I didn't play it like on release. It took me a really long time to get past the fact that the guy looks like Arthas.
yeah.
But when you start playing, the character has nothing to do with Arthas, and
Nah, he's way more badass than Arthas, if I dare to say that.
okay, you dare to say that. I don't dare to say that. They're different, but you're gonna get a lot of shit from the internet.
Okay.
The environments as well. I mean, most of it, I'm not. Yeah, most of it. It's on planet Earth, but it's a post-apocalyptic world, and the environments are very varied, very different. For example, you have a spider boss towards the end of the game, and all of the environments are like spider-webbed buildings, and it's really cool. You've got another boss which is like a worm that goes around in the desert, and you've got long desert maps. Really varied, and really keeps things from being boring. So environment-wise, character-wise, story-wise, it is a game that really motivates you to keep going and keep finding out more about this world and more about the story and where is it going. Even the story itself, it's good. We don't spoil stuff because we are magical noob. We don't spoil stuff. But it kept me glued to the screen from beginning to end.
Yeah, and a bit like Diablo, where you have difficult levels you can progress through. I don't know. Some people don't find it entertaining to advance through the game several times, but if you want extra challenge, you know, there's hard mode on this game as well, and I found it very difficult. At least that's me. But and even a cool thing is as you go through the game, there's like yeah, small spoiler here. There's chests around where you can collect armor pieces to like get a new armor and better armor than the one you currently have.
Mhm.
So
Regarding the difficulty statement you did, there are 3 difficulty levels, but unlike Diablo, you can just go straight to the hardest one. You don't have to unlock it. You can just
yeah, that's true.
play on Apocalyptic. That's the hardest difficulty. So even if you don't like to play the game multiple times, but you want a hard challenge, you can just go straight to Apocalyptic. Regarding the
that's-
collectibles, I think the collectibles are really, really well done in this game. There are a lot of collectibles, but it doesn't feel like there are a lot. So, for example, you got the pieces of armor that you said, that once you collect them, you get a better armor. And the collectibles on this game are pretty much like that. Every time you collect something, it gives you something for your character, something plus. It's not just collect to get them all. It actually gives you something. Even the artifacts, which are, I would say, it's the thing that feels the most like a traditional collectible. It gives you souls that you can later use on the shop to buy upgrades for your weapon and stuff like that. So collectibles, there are a lot of them. If you want to collect them all, you will spend a lot of time in this game. But they don't feel like the traditional collectibles, and that is pretty cool. In my opinion, that's very well done. Final thoughts on the game?
Yeah, should you go first?
Okay. This is a game that you should definitely play if you are into games like God of War, if you like the apocalypse in general. This is a nice take on the apocalypse. And it's a fun story-driven game. Most of all, it is a very well-built story-driven game.
Yeah, and if you like cool fights, Street Fighter. Well, I can't compare it to Street Fighter really, but if you like fighting, a lot, this is the game for you. You can do cool combos, you can do air combos, you can do everything. It's different way to kill your enemies, and who doesn't want to kill the enemies in the most painful way?
I know I want. So, thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you like this video. Subscribe to our channel and all that stuff. We're on Facebook, we're on Minus, we're on blah blah blah. Doesn't matter. So, like it, subscribe, stuff. See you next time. Thank you for watching.
Bye guys.